There it is. Champions, the Static Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotties, golden once again.
One gold, not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers? The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner. It's poised for three. Shot! Take time.
Going to throw again. Directing traffic. Going for the quarterback in the end zone. Touchdown! Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County Sportsnet. And this is the PIAA Class 1A quarterfinals here at lcsportsnet.com, coming to you live from North Allegheny High School as it's number 2 versus number 3 from District 7. The Union Scotties taking on the Carlynton Cougars. It's 2 versus 3 for the 4th time this season between the Union Scotties and Carlynton Cougars. Tonight's broadcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network at lcsportsnet.com, brought to you in part by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game. By Castle Asphalt, making your dream design come to fruition. By Luxembourg Garbett, Kelly and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. By the Red Zone, score big at the Red Zone. By Medora Bonner Law, community firm dedicated to protecting your possessions. By Pontius Insurance, love the life you live, worry-free. By the Crane Room Grill, family-owned restaurant, banquet, and brewery. Penn Ohio Bottled Water, home and business bottled water delivery. By Works in Progress Paint Services. By Health and Motion Physical Therapy, keeping you moving. By the Tri-County Principals Association, Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, the Union Area Education Association, the Union Volunteer Fire Department, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. I'm James Dotson with Tim Continenza alongside. Today's broadcast presented to you by a trio of great sponsors, the Union Area Boosters, the Mahoning Township Volunteer Fire Department, and Michael Joseph of State Farm Insurance. We thank them for allowing us to get you coverage of this quarterfinals game between Carlynton and Union. Tim, it's the old adage, it's tough to beat a team 3 times in the same season. Well, Union did that already. They defeated Carlynton back in the WPIAL semifinals, where they shot lights out, very literally, in that game. Here tonight, though, it's round 4 between the Scotties and the Cougars. We're happy to be here for it.
It's a heavyweight fight in Class A, simple as that.
Yeah.
And you look at back these matchups, when they faced them on January 3rd, it was a 2-point win by Union. When they faced again in late January, it was a 3-point win by Union. But in the WPILs, it was a 22-point win. So motivation is not going to be lacking here from Carlynton. The Cougars are going to come in here looking to right their ship and have something to say. And I'm sure Coach Mark Stanley has reminded his team about this situation, what they're facing here today, and to continue their hopes of a state title.
And absolutely. You look at the fact those first 2 games, how nip and tuck they were. I think speaks more volumes than the semifinal victory down there at Montour of 80-58. That was an anomaly more than anything, just because of the way that Union shot from beyond the arc, and especially that was kind of the Lucas Stanley real coming out party. He had 7 3-pointers in the first round, 6 in that game against Carlynton, 5 in the WPL championship loss to Imani. He has been an extra offensive weapon coming off of the bench for the Scotties team, and has gotten a lot more minutes here in the postseason than he did during the regular season. In fact, he's getting pretty close to having as many 3-pointers in these playoffs that he had in the entire regular season.
Yeah, and you need that scoring off the bench.
Yeah.
You know, someone to give a spell to your starters and be able to keep that momentum alive, and that's what you need. It's so valuable in the playoffs, as we've seen in the Whipple playoff, and now we're seeing in the PIAA championships, and it is going to be a crucial part here tonight.
Game between Carlynton and Union. This is our Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George pregame show. Led their law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers. Tim, when you have a team that you've played 4 times, whether you're the team that was on the losing end all 3 times or the winning end all 3 times, do you change what you do? What can you change? What can you try to throw in that's a little bit different?
I don't know you can change much, to be quite honest. Your rotation is your rotation. The players that you've brought you here, you're going to continue to use. You're not going to see, other than maybe a scenario where, unfortunately, an injury or a severe foul trouble situation appears for one of these two teams, that you may see a player who's deeper in the bench and not part of the rotation come in and have a big game. You don't expect something like that to happen in this stage of the quarterfinals. So I think, this is just a matter of going out, executing your game plan, executing what you do best, and, let the ball fall where it may, in the hoop and out of the hoop, and see what the final score is.
I would say, if anything, I wonder if one of the teams maybe changes up their defense. Carlynton loves their half-court, extended 3-2, a 1-2-2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they like to do a lot. Do they go to a little bit more man? Union, on the other hand, they love the full-court pressure man. Do you see them maybe drop into a zone here and there just to throw a little different look here and there? But in the end, you've made it to the state quarterfinals for a reason, right, Tim? Play your game.
And that's exactly what I expect to happen. I think you may see certain matchups where they will try something different. Especially, depending on the momentum of the game. Look, basketball's a game of runs. Both teams are going to have them. What you want to do is limit your opponents to big runs, and that's really going to be the key here. We've seen that in the Whipple Championship with Carlynton the last time. Union got a couple really big runs in the second half and really made that game a wide open number that you didn't see in the previous two games. That's what it's going to come down to. What team is going to limit the other team from big runs?
And I think as well, too, free throw shooting. That was a big issue, especially in game number 2, where Union was 8 of 25. Much better in the playoffs. We're going to step aside. We'll come back with starting lineup and tip-offs here from North Allegheny, Union and Carlynton. Round 4 here at LCSportsNet.com, presented by Union Boosters, Mahoning Township Fire Department, and Michael Joseph of State Farm.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then
for Gargis. He's going to drive in and kick it back to Shriver. Baseline drive for him against Lombardo. Blocked from behind, and there's a late whistle and a foul on Lombardo. It'll be 2 free throws early in the game. Did not get our officials' names, but I do believe that's Mr. Mark Weir out there.
It certainly is.
So we got a good crew. That's all I care about.
Exactly. I was just going to mention that.
That's Tim Continenza. I'm James Dotson. Glad to have the coverage here on LCSportsNet.com as the first free throw is up and in for Simon Shriver. Again, if you lost signal, hopefully you got us back as we had a technical snafu of somebody unplugging the power strip right as we're about to go to tip-off. Both free throws are good, though, for Shriver. A 2-0 lead early on for Carlynton, and they will drop back into a man-to-man defense early. So running the motion is Union. Left wing with it is Matt Stanley. Bounce pass down low is going to be kicked off by Milliner. Possession will stay with the Scotties. 7:35 remaining opening quarter.
Right now, the Scotties just need to get into their offense, move the ball, and look for the open opportunities.
Inbounding under their offensive hoop, able to get it into Stanley. Now to Braylon. He'll bring it back up, being hounded there by McClure. Working the motion. Union trailing 2-0. Nearly knocked away. Dribbled off of the leg of Lombardo. They get it over now to Matt Stanley for a three. Too strong, no good. Rebound coming out for Shriver. 2-0 Carlynton. Just 45 seconds into today's contest. Imani Christian awaits the winner. Pump and drive for Milliner. Gets to the foul line. Kicks it to the corner for Chase Jones. He goes baseline drive on a two-man game. Ball on the ground. It's going to be stolen away by Braylon Thomas. First turnover of the game is against Carlynton. Thomas tries to go 1-on-3. He's pickpocketed from behind, but still somehow gets it right back. And now he's going to say, let's calm down and start running the offense. Trying to get some space. He drives. Euro step into the lane. Floater is up and in for Braylon Thomas. First points for Union. We're tied at 2.
Yeah, nice play there by Braylon, coming back outside the arc, finding a hole, going inside, and getting to the rim for that 2 points.
On the curl cut, poked away and stolen from behind by Cam Taylor, stolen away from Chase Jones. Stanley will set up the offense with 6:20 remaining in the first, tied at 2. To the left wing, will go on the handoff to Braylon. Thomas hesitates, gets to the foul line, kicks it back out to Cam Taylor. Just working a weave around the volleyball right now. Volleyball line, that is. Spin move into the lane from Stanley. Pump fake, extra pass around top of the key. Lombardo for 3, bam. Peyton Lombardo held out the scorebook against Cameron County. Gets in the action early.
Right in rhythm, they were able to get an open shot, and he took advantage of the 3.
That's the key, the rhythm of the offense. Driving into the lane the other way, no good on the little floater from about 8 feet for Chase Jones. Another rebound for Braylon Thomas. 5-2 Union leads. 5:45 remaining in the first. That was Lombardo's 68th three-pointer of the season, by the way. Taylor dribbling up near midcourt. Gives it over to Braylon. Working the motion. Pass down low to Stanley, trying to back his way in at the foul line. Gets quadruple teamed and then gets fouled. Coach Jake Trombetta not pleased. Got him on the arm. I don't know if he's more displeased with the official for the call or more displeased with his players for fouling with a quadruple team.
Well, that's exactly that. You had so many hands involved. Somebody's going to be, chances are, involved with a little too much skin.
Off the inbounds pass, elbow jumper, no good for Cam Taylor. Offensive rebound for Fisher. His put back too strong, though. And a ball on the ground and chasing it down with speed is Chase Jones. Going to lead to a 2-on-2 right to the room, right to the rack, and it's going to be a blocking foul against Lombardo. 2 free throws coming for Chase Jones, and it's a second foul on Lombardo too there, Tim.
Yeah, that was a scenario where there wasn't really much Lombardo could do. He could just kind of get in front, but he was really deep into the paint, almost underneath the cylinder where he got ran over.
Yeah, if that's college, it's an automatic block because he would have been in the restricted area. No such thing in the high school game, though I do think officials kind of take that in consideration.
I do too.
Chase Jones makes the first free throw. Lombardo checks out, and you see Lucas Stanley checked in. Lucas now averaging over 10 points per game. As we mentioned, he had 33 pointers in the regular season. I got him for 25 in the postseason. Second free throw, no good, but tap out right back to Jones. He'll take a foul line jumper. It's too strong as well. Rebound this time from Taylor. 5-3 to score. 2-on-1 now as Thomas gets ahead. Pass across the lane to, Fisher, who hits it right back over to Thomas from Fisher for 2.
Yeah, what great vision underneath. Look at that extra pass, finding Thomas for the easy bucket.
Unselfish play from Fisher for an early Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game nominee. Baseline drive here, and the shot won't go for Milliner. Score 7-3, 4:35 remaining in the first. Fisher trying to back his way in, kicks it up to Lucas Stanley, top of the key for 3, no good. Another Fisher rebound, no, it's knocked away from it at the last second by Jaden McClure. Carlynton crosses the timeline, pull up 3 from Milliner. It goes around the toilet bowl and falls out. Score remains 7-3 with 4:15 remaining. Up and down the court we go. Stanley to Stanley, right back to Stanley. That's Matt to Lucas, back to Matt. Over to Cam Taylor. Back in the flow of the offense now. Fisher works the motion to Lucas on the left wing. Over to Braylon Thomas. Passing around, Stanley left open. He'll take one. That's Matt, back iron, no good. Another high rebound on the offensive glass for Caden Fisher. He's got a couple already. Pass down low, goes off a couple of people's bodies to Fisher for the and one. Pinball around, and the redhead on St. Patrick's Day having a great first quarter.
Yeah, Fisher did a great job just really getting in position throughout that series of passes. Not only was he able to get an offensive rebound and keep the things alive, he was able then to go towards the hoop and get that pass to put it in.
3:50 remaining, timeout on the court. Back in a moment as we have a 9-3 Union lead in the Class 1A quarterfinals at lcsportsnet.com. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Make sure to take the time out to save money on your insurance. Call Agent Dan Pazos, Jessica Whelan, Tracy Gilding to get started today. That's Sponsors Insurance, our sponsors of timeouts.
This one of the media variety with the under 4 timeout. 9-3 the score with 3:50 remaining. Out of the timeout, Fisher trying to complete the three-point play, and after 2 great plays, well, now we're going to poke fun at them for the air ball.
Yeah, more of a sinker. Let's be honest, that was about 4 feet short.
Yeah, Coach Sanders, you listening here? You need another pitcher. Caden Fisher, a nice little 12-6 on that curveball. By the way, that was also the second foul on Pete Jargis there that led to the Fisher and one. So 2 on him, 2 on Lombardo for Union. Back iron on this shot in the lane from Chase Jones. Fisher again fighting for the rebound, stolen away from him. Pinballs around this time, gets into the hands of McClure, and he's blocked by Matt Stanley. Matt behind the back dribble, gets around a couple defenders at midcourt, gets into the lane, his high floater is good.
Stanley did an amazing job underneath. Not only getting himself defensive position to make that stop, but get that ball and then come up court and be able to convert for the 2.
We got 5 baskets in the game. I would say 4 of them are easy nominations for a Maley Chiropractic play of the game so far. Big answer for Austin Milliner. His corner 3 is good. Makes the lead 11-6 with 3 minutes remaining in the first. Scotty's with possession in the 5-point lead.
This is what I was talking about earlier about runs. You've got to be able to limit him, and that was a huge 3 by Milliner.
Stanley trying to drive into the elbow, swings it back around. Taylor back up to Thomas, who will set up the offense with 2:35 now remaining in the first. Braylon tries to back his way in, double team, it's knocked away, but he gets it right back down to the ground, kicks it out to Matt Stanley for 3, bam!
I tell you what, that is just knowing where your teammates are going to be. And when Braylon was on the floor, not only did he get the ball back, he knew exactly to look for Matt, and Matt was able to tee it up for the tray. That's
Matt's 27th of the year. 18-foot jumper is in at the other end for Milliner. Long 2 makes it 14-8, just over 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Milliner now with 5. Thomas trying to direct some traffic. The quarterback kicks it back up to the right wing to Stanley with 1:50 remaining in this quarterfinals match. Western Finals coming up on Monday for the winner. Will take on Imani Christian. It will be an all-WPIAL semifinal. Cam Taylor open on the right wing. He knocks down a 3.
They're just in their offensive flow. Nothing they're shooting at all has not been what's been available, and they're connecting.
Fade away from the foul line, trying to answer there is Jones. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound amongst 3 Union players was McClure. Can't get the bunny on the second chance, but he will go to the free throw line. And honestly, if not for the free throw line, Carlynton would be in some pretty hefty trouble.
Yeah, I mean, basically half their points have come from the line there today.
Foul was against Lucas Stanley, his first, team's third. And at the line, first one falls off the rim, no good for McClure. Yeah, Milliner has both field goals for Carlynton, a 2 and a 3, and now a 3 of 5 mark from the charity stripe is Carlynton. 1:20 remaining, Union with the 17-8 lead early. Second freebie on the way, it rattles home. So McClure will split the pair. Already 9 different players in the scorebook for these two teams as Carlynton amps up the pressure a little bit. Elijah Booker checks into the game, as does Brennan Porter. Skip pass goes over to the corner. Lucas Stanley for 3. Bam. Make it 6 players on the book now for Union.
Yeah, nice skip pass to a wide open Stanley.
And it coming the other way. Almost got a steal, but they're going to say Porter got McClure on the arm. Brennan Porter's first foul of the game. So Union with 8 players already working in the contest. Devontae Dean, by the way, out there, the first substitute in there for Carlynton. Inbound pass to the corner for Jones, being guarded there by Taylor. Tries to drive in. Taylor nearly poked it away. Got to the elbow. Shot no good. Matt Stanley rebounds. Trying to dribble through traffic. Somehow does dribble through the telephone booth. Gives it over to Taylor with less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Taylor, return pass. Give and go to Brennan Porter for 2.
And then we're again just understanding what you want to do with the ball. Great movement. Find Porter, give it right back to him. And he puts it in for 2.
And Taylor's going to get a blocking foul here on the near side. That'll be his first, team's 5th. So I think you can kind of tell Carlynton's strategy. See if they can get into the Union bench and get themselves to the free throw line. 5 team fouls.
But what's really hurting them is they're only getting 1 shot. They're not getting many extra shots in this game.
Inbounds pass somehow between 3 players. It got to a Carlynton player. Now ball flying on the ground, and we're going to have a held ball as McClure fighting with the 2 Stanleys on the court. Possession error will go in favor of Union, so it will be turnover number 3 against Carlynton. 24 seconds remaining, 22-9 Union.
And that has really been key. When every time the Cougars have come down court, the defense has really kind of just eliminated their opportunity to get second and third shots. If they do, they're missing them, and then there's somebody for Union there to come up with a big bound. So it has been really impressive so far, this early run here by Union.
24 seconds remaining. Some offense-defense as Jaden Wynn in for the first time for the Scotties. Breaking the press is Braylon Thomas. His skip pass is well read and picked off by McClure. May have gotten away with a walk after the steal. His pass over the top, though, is going to go right back out of bounds, and he tried to get it to Devontae Dean. Down to 9 seconds remaining. Back to Union basketball.
See if they can get a screen here and maybe get the ball into the hands of either Lucas or Matt here in the last 9.3 seconds.
And now Mark Stanley in for the first time, replacing Booker. So 3 Stanleys as well as Wynn and Thomas. Inbounds with 9 seconds remaining. Here comes Matt, straight to Mark, into the corner. Lucas Stanley pumps on the 3, drives baseline. Its floater is up and in. Carlynton, 3-quarter court heave at the buzzer, just off the mark, no good. A strong, fast start for the Scotties. 24-9 over Carlynton at the end of 1. Today's broadcast brought to you by Michael Joseph of State Farm, the Mahoning Township Volunteer Fire Department, and the Union Area Boosters here at lcsportsnet.com.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve. Start of the second quarter, 24-9, Union with the advantage over Carlynton. We're just adding up our numbers at the first quarter, Tim, and one number really sticks out.
7 players in the scoring column in the first quarter. You score 24 points, you get them in and out like Coach Stanley has done here. They did it great, and at the end of the quarter using the Stanley Express to get that last shot off.
You're right. It went from Matt to Mark to Lucas, just like they drew it up in chalk.
Yeah, on their driveway.
Carlynton will have first possession here of the second quarter, trailing 24-9. Wearing the green uniforms, hoping for some luck of the Irish here on St. Patrick's Day. Pass down low on the screen and roll for Milner. Back out for a Shriver three that's blocked. It gets right back to him and then poked away by Matt Stanley. Up ahead to Braylon Thomas. He's going to go with a Euro step into the lane, but he's pickpocketed. Still fighting for it, though. He gets it right back. Gives it to Mark. His little floater is going to be no good, but he's going to go to the free throw line. Mark Stanley, can't believe I'm saying this, in the state quarterfinals, will go to the line looking for his first points of the season.
Yeah, how about that? And more importantly, I should say, that all started defensively when Fisher was able to get that ball in transition and get this started.
First free
Mark's
throw
still
off the
looking
mark.
for that first point.
Score remains 24-9, early second quarter. He does get the first point of the year, and it comes at the 7:27 mark. Mark 1 for 2 from the line. Again, missed all of the regular season after having knee surgery after the football championship game. He's defending against McClure, can't get the shot to go on his drive to the lane. Rebound Fisher in transition. Stanley right to the hoop, no good. Great defensive position, Milner to alter the shot. He tries to throw one up in front. It's going to be well found and then passed back down to McClure, and he's double blocked by Fisher and Thomas, but one of them got the body.
Thomas got a little bit on the arm.
Yeah, Fisher's was clean from behind from the angle we had, but Thomas down low. Yeah, Fisher said got the arm. Team foul number 6, the first one against Braylon Thomas. McClure to the line, short on his first free throw. Score remains 25-9. Mark will check out. Taylor will check back in. So Lucas and Matt remain out there with Fisher, Thomas, and Taylor. Second one is good. McClure with 2. (25-10). Another new defense. Looks more like a traditional 3-2, though they're really extending just the top man. Pass to the high post. Fisher into the corner for Lucas Stanley. Good closeout by Chase Jones. Give and go into the lane. We're going to have a kickball called against Carlynton. Possession stays with the Scotties with 6:43 remaining. Fun ball movement, Tim.
I was just going to say, they're really executing that inside-outside game so well here.
Inbounds pass to Matt. He'll get the return pass from Lucas. Looking down low, able to get it to Fisher. Had it, lost it, and now it's going to be saved out of bounds by Carlynton for the steal. Good job, Milner, to get it after it went through the hands of Fisher. Pass all the way up the court. Good pump fake from Devontae Dean off the window and in.
And we see Devontae Dean be a scorer in the Whipple Championship. So we'll see what he can do here if the Carlton can come back from this big deficit, down, trailing 13.
Jaden McClure is going to get a reach-in foul as he was diving on the floor at midcourt with Matt Stanley. Grabbed the arm. That'll be the team's 4th foul against Carlynton. Yeah, these two teams met twice in the regular season and then once in the WPIAL semifinals down there at Montour, a game that featured a tight battle until halftime, and then Union shot lights out in the second half.
And that's continued here today.
Yeah, great shooting to begin. I have them at 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. Matt is going to try for his second. This one from a little too far out, but an offensive rebound goes right into Taylor's hands at the foul line. He drives, gives it to Fisher. Spin move in the lane, high off the window, no good, but he got hit on the arm. 2 more free throws coming for Caden Fisher.
He is a workman today in Fisher. He is putting himself in great position, both offensively and defensively, to get rebounds and opportunities, and he's always facing the basket. And picks up the foul, and he's at the line.
First one is up and good, so he had an air ball on his first free throw attempt. That one looked much better out of the hand.
As long as we don't see an ephus, we'll be in good shape.
Can you tell we're ready for baseball season, folks? Second free throw off the mark. Fisher follows his own shot, gets the rebound. He'll kick it back out to Lucas Stanley for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound for McClure.
I tell you what, it's been fun watching Fisher play underneath tonight.
5:45 remaining. It's 26-12. Union with the advantage. Driving in is Devontae Dean. Kicks it over to McClure. Working around the perimeter. Almost got his pocket pick it again. He did get it picked by Stanley, and now on the floor, and he's going to be able to grab it. He goes straight to the hoop, off the window and in. 7 for Stanley, and another steal and score. Lead up to 16.
Lost ball.
He's going to go into the backcourt for an over and back, as not on the same page there with the Carlynton guards. 5:16 remaining, 28-12 Union. Picked up right where they left off in the second half of that semifinal game.
They really have. It's got to be demoralizing here for the Cougars to find themselves down 28-12 here in the second quarter with still 5 minutes here to play.
I don't have official shooting numbers, but you got to say Union's shooting, what, 60% probably?
I would say at least over 50.
And when they haven't gone in, Fisher's got, on my count, 4 offensive rebounds.
Yeah. He has been the key. He really has done a great job on the rebounds.
And then Union's going to give it right back, though, as Porter not on the same page with Stanley. His pass goes into the backcourt. It's only the third Union turnover. I got 7 listed for the Cougars. 4:56 remaining first half. We'll have our Castle Asphalt halftime show coming up at the end of this one. We're going to have a Carlynton Pontius Insurance timeout. We'll just step aside here real quick as well. Take a 30-second break of our own at lcsportsnet.com and a Trib Live High School Sports Network.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan and Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association. And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
28-12 your score, thanks to UAEA, thanks to the Union Volunteer Fire Department, also the Mahoning Township Volunteer Fire Department. Again, check out their fish fry every Friday going on here during the Lenten season. It was quite delicious. Normally from 4 to 7, they had it open early so that people could get their food and come on down to the game, but we understand people are there listening as well, so we thank them for all their support of Union Scotty Athletics here in the postseason. Out of the timeout, we're going to have a moving screen against Jaden McClure. That'll be his second foul, and a Medore Bonner Law change in possession. With flexible appointment hours, Medore Bonner Law, they have a team of experienced lawyer and staff who are always willing and ready to help.
Right now, Union just going to continue to do what they're doing, putting the pressure on them, and they keep taking advantage of defensive laps.
Like this one right here. Shot no good, though, on the easy drive in from Matt Stanley. Second shot no good. Brennan Porter gets the offensive rebound this time. Finds an opening. He's trying to pass it back out, and he gets pickpocketed. Chase Jones got the hand on it. Here's McClure going the other way with the 2 fouls. High off the window and in. Good, strong power layup in transition.
Yeah, McClure used it perfectly, going down the left lane and just taking it right to Thomas, and he really had no opportunity to get in a position to make a play on that one.
Now it feels like a football score. 28-14. McClure nearly picked up his 3rd foul. He's still in there playing the top of that zone defense. Thomas drives in, almost had his pocket pick, gets the shot up, can't get it to go, but he was fouled. Carlynton asking for a held ball, but they didn't get the arm, or they got the arm, excuse me, instead of the ball. Braylon Thomas to the line. Team as a whole shooting about 62% from the line on the season. Thomas splashes home the first. Extends the lead to 29-14, just over 4 minutes remaining. I like what Coach Stanley's doing here, though. You had Peyton Lombardo out there for a bit, get him back on the bench with those 2 fouls, especially with the media timeout coming soon.
Yeah, there's no reason not to take advantage of your Lurs Fisher again with a huge deep rebound.
That's 5. I got him for 5 offensive rebounds here in the first half.
He is just a man possessed today.
Thomas will kick it back out to Fisher. Go ahead, shoot the 3, but no, he thought about it.
He wanted to.
The cheerleaders to our left were ready to explode. He tried one in the last game. He did not get too many happy notes. Good job not to shoot it, though, because the extra pass gets it to Lucas Stanley, and the 3-point specialist drains another one.
That's what they needed. Unselfish ball.
Going the other way,
And
Fisher with a block. Well, can we say LCAP Player of the Game nomination?
Absolutely.
Timeout on the court. We're back in a moment. Union leading 32-14 midway through the second on the Lawrence County Sportsnet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Today's broadcast, the second quarter, brought to you by the Mahoning Township Volunteer Fire Department.
The Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Coming up at halftime is the Castle Asphalt Halftime Show. If you're looking for quality, cost-effective paving and construction services, Castle's Asphalt Construction will make your vision of your project a reality.
Union with a 32-14 advantage. That's Tim Continenza. I'm James Dotson. 3:27 remaining in the first half before we hit that Castle Asphalt halftime show. Inbounds for Carlynton. Driving the baseline is Chase Jones, going right up against Lucas Stanley, who was straight up and down. Good defensive positioning to alter the shot. It's actually an air ball.
And nice rebound again there by Fisher.
5 offensive rebounds, a couple defensive as well. Imani Christian, they've seen enough. They're heading home. Braylon Thomas drives in. He's bumped off the ball as he goes to the hoop, and he's going to get a pair of free throws. Coach Trombetta pointing to the other end of the court, and I understand him on that. There's contact at both ends, none given at the other end. The difference is you had Stanley straight up and down, Tim. Not the case on this foul against Shriver.
I was going to say, it's positioning and how you put yourself, in view of the official. And like you said, if you're moving, you're going to get called most of the time.
And a bigger issue, too, is that Simon Shriver will check out because that's his 3rd foul. Jaden McClure playing with 2. He checks in for him.
It's going to be a tough situation the rest of this half for him. He'll probably see most of it on the bench.
Both free throws are good. Makes it a 20-point advantage for Union. 34-14 over Carlynton here in the state quarterfinals. Baseline drive, pump fake, too strong from Jones. That's because he's got a little pushing behind on the way up. I think that's going to go on Braylon Thomas for his 2nd.
It is, and it was just, he really had a great positioning going up to the hoop, and Thomas trying to prevent it, but made contact, sending him to the line.
Jones 1 for 2 from the line, make it 1 of 3 as he misfires on the first one. Cam Taylor will check in. So here's the foul trouble situation. Carlynton, Pete Jargis and Jaden McClure with 2, Simon Shriver with 3. On the other side, Braylon Thomas, Peyton Lombardo each with 2 fouls, both on the bench right now for the Scotties. 2nd free throw is good, makes it 32-15. Union with the advantage. Playing catch in the backcourt. Booker and Matt Stanley now crossing the timeline with Booker. Over to Taylor. Fisher and Lucas Stanley are the other 2 on the court right now. To the high post, Fisher. Inside out, gives it over to Matt Stanley on the right wing. Being defensed there by Chase Jones. Back around to Booker, who will set up the offense with 2:30 remaining in the first half. Playing catch around the volleyball line. Found it down, open. Fisher down low, high off the window. Can't get the roll. Rebound for McClure coming out for Carlynton with a little bit of speed as Milner now has to check up. Gets a screen from McClure at the top of the key. Nearly loses it, gets it back. He drives in amongst a triple team, and guess who gets the block?
Yeah, he's putting himself in great position here tonight.
Another great play from Fisher and a pickpocket from behind, out of bounds. Knocked away from McClure and off of Stanley's leg and out of bounds. Man, defense, quick hands on both these teams, Tim.
Oh, amazing. Every time you're in the lane, you can expect that ball trying to be picked.
Ryan Lewis in for the first time. He comes right to us. Almost got double-teamed, and Booker didn't lose his footing. Might have been a tough double-team trap at midcourt. 3-pointer off the mark for Austin Milliner, and 1 and done again goes Carlynton. 34-15, Union with the lead. Stanley tries to drive in, pickpocketed again. Another big steal for Carlynton. Cam Taylor nearly got a steal back, but he picks up his 2nd foul instead. And we're going to have some bonus free throws brought to you by Health in Motion Physical Therapy. Local graduate Mike Mirko at Health in Motion Physical Therapy. He's hoping to get local athletes back on the field. He gives quality one-on-one time that the patients deserve, hoping to limit exposure to pain medication. Physical therapy is a powerful alternative. So 1-1 coming for Ryan Lewis. 10th free throw attempt for Carlynton in the first half is off the mark. Into the corner it goes, and Fisher threw it out of bounds around the back and off the leg of McClure.
Oh,
I thought he did.
Yeah, no, they're going to say just missed.
I guess he did not make contact. No argument either from Fisher.
Yeah.
I thought he threw it off the leg, but I was kind of screened by players right in front of us. So it is still Carlynton possession. In fact, even got to it was an impressive feat. Spin move at the foul line. Pass down low to McClure is poked away.
Yeah, Lucas Stanley get his hands in there.
And
a nice defensive play.
And then Fisher, because why not, gets the steal. Timeout called from Coach Stanley on the bench. Not pleased with where that pass went as Lucas got trapped across half court. 1:25 remaining as we have this Pontius Insurance timeout. Gives us a chance to shout out our friends at the Red Zone there, Tim.
Yeah, make sure to stop by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county apparel needs. Sporting goods, custom apparel, and embroidery and more. Spirit Sales can help raise big money for your organization. Fill out a form at the Red Zone, and the Red Zone does the rest. Visit them online at theredzone.com and see how your group can score big at the Red Zone.
That's Tim Continenza. I'm James Dotson. Glad to have coverage today. Again, our second quarter brought to you by the Mahoning Township Volunteer Fire Department. 1:25 remaining in the first half. Union with a 19-point advantage. Stanley, that's Lucas looking for his third three. In and out on the corner attempt. Elijah Booker flying in for the rebound. Couldn't hang on to it, but kind of threw it off of Milner to get an extra possession.
Yeah, Booker did an ace play there. He's seen the ball coming off the rim, came high off to get that rebound, and then was able to keep the possession here for Union.
And then on the inbounds pass, kind of a push against Ryan Lewis as he kind of went into the back. And then over the top of Matt Stanley will send Matt to the line for his first free throws of the game, as it is more health and motion bonus free throws coming up, first time for Union. 1:15 remaining, Union leading 34-15 here in quarter number 2.
Matt with 8 here tonight.
Toes the line. 77% shooter from the line on the year. Splashes home the first. He'll get the bonus. Make sure you visit Health and Motion Newcastle. Search that on Facebook for more information about their next generation of physical therapy. Both free throws good for Stanley. 21-point lead, largest of the evening for the Scotties. Down to 1:05 remaining in the first half. Carlynton with possession. Shake and bake from Jones. He's pickpocketed by Matt Stanley, but coming over to get it is Pete Gargis, who just checked back in with the 2 fouls. Tipped almost a steal from Fisher, but right there in the right spot is Devontae Dean to get the putback. Right place, right time.
Yeah, sometimes you need that in basketball to prevent big runs. And right now, Carlton doing anything they can just to keep the score where it's at and try to chip away a little bit. But Union has done such a superb ball with moving the ball around.
And Cam Taylor gets into the action on the motion around the perimeter. Cam Taylor, his second three. Team's 6th of the first half. 39-17, 30 seconds remaining. Backdoor cut, good find for Devontae Dean. Pump fake, Stanley goes by and gets the lay-in. Dean was 6 off the bench, all coming in here in the second quarter. Less than 15 seconds remaining as Matt crosses the timeline. Gives it over to Booker with 10. Back to Matt with 8. Double team at midcourt, back to Booker with 6. Into the corner, Lucas goes baseline drive, little floater up and in. Lucas Stanley, first player in double figures, and it's a buzzer beater to end the first quarter and to end the second quarter. A 41-19 halftime lead for the Union Scotties. Tim Continenza. This Union ball movement has been absolutely
outrageous.
Insane tonight.
It's everything you draw up when you make a game plan, and then watch it be executed to perfection here on the offensive side. But really, I think the key to this whole run has been Fisher. Caden has just done a terrific job just getting extra possessions on the offensive boards, getting back on defense, getting rebounds, altering shots. He has played like a madman here tonight and has really given the offense its flow. And then you look at just what the Stanleys can do, and I'm talking about Lucas and in Matt, just moving the ball around, finding the guys, and they've run a near flawless first half.
It leads to a 41-19 Scotties advantage. We'll be back with our Castle Asphalt halftime show when we return at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
At LCAP Early Learning Centers, our kids are superheroes with extraordinary abilities to explore and learn. All our programs are filled with amazing children, but we need help. We're hiring group supervisors, assistant group supervisors, aides, and many other support positions. If you love to work with children as young as 6 weeks old, then you could be a superhero too. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County. Apply today at lcap.org.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Newbie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294, to discuss your next project. It's the Castle Asphalt halftime show here at lcsportsnet.com. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Union Area Boosters, the Mahoning Township Volunteer Fire Department, and by Michael Joseph of State Farm Insurance. Talk about a late start, nearly 25 minutes delay, but certainly was not a late start when it comes to the beginning of this game for Union, as they put up 41 points in the first half, including, by my count, they went 7 of 13 from downtown in that first half. Tim, I'll let you, I got to go check one more thing on the far side here, but just talk to me a little bit about the way this team has played, mainly in their ball movement, I think is what's been the most impressive from this team.
It really has been impressive, the way they've been able to establish exactly what they want to do. But a lot of that key is being able to go inside, outside. Caden Fisher has been just really a great pivot man here tonight. And then Thomas keeping the game, some possessions alive, getting on the floor, getting a couple key rebounds along the way, and also making plays for this Scotties team. He has 7 points tonight, and I thought he did a great job. But Lucas Stanley, he's been hanging out on the left wing and in the corner throughout the opportunities. And every time he gets it in the corner, you're thinking 3, but he's driving baseline and making nice little runners, little 5-6 foot runners, and putting them up and in, and key. And one of them was what I called the Stanley Express. where it was late in the first quarter where they were get the ball in from Matt to Mark to Lucas, and Lucas came down the baseline and did one of his patented little runners there and put it up and in. We've seen about 2 or 3 of them here in the first half. I thought it was really impressive, but I think really when you get down to the keys of this game here, it has been what they were able to do with and the effort that they've gotten from Caden Fisher. He has just played like a madman. He's gotten, by our counts, I believe 6 or 5 offensive rebounds. He has at least 4 defensive rebounds. Only has 3 points here tonight, but he has just really been a factor. He's altered some shots. He's blocked a couple shots. He's really been the key here, using that type of movement, and he's been facilitating from the post as he was able to get the ball inside and get it back out to the shooters, who's done a terrific job here tonight. And you got to really look at the bench, too, coming off the bench, doing a great job. You know, Brennan Porter continuing that play inside. And then you look at Mark Stanley in the minutes that he's given him. And then Taylor with the 2 threes, I thought were really big here in the first half. But I mentioned going into the game, basketball's a game of runs. It's nothing unusual to see teams with the runs. The key is, can you limit your opponent's runs? And that's exactly what has happened in the first 2 quarters of tonight's game, as Union has limited Carlynton to 9 points in the first and 10 points in the second quarter. And as really, as we mentioned, be able to run their offense the way they want, and scoring 24 in the first quarter, just shooting lights out, and then 17 in the second quarter, and really taking advantage of opportunities. But it's really been second opportunities down in the second quarter I thought were really key. Braylon Thomas going on the floor a few times, keeping plays alive, finding Matt Stanley for 1-3, and being able to do that. We've seen Elijah Booker come off the bench, come in, get it off the glass, and keep a possession alive. We've seen what Fisher has done, both on the offensive boards and defensive positioning, of what he has really meant here in the first half. But all that contributes to the ball movement and what they've been able to achieve. And
that's why you're shooting over 50% from the field. Officially shooting 52% from the field in the first half. Thank you to Union Statistics. I need to go and get that one confirmed for sure. But I mean, it's not just getting the easy looks inside. It's they're 8 of 15 from 2. They're 6 of 12 from downtown. Tim.
Yeah, they're getting great open looks, and that's the extra pass. How often we've seen that here in the first half, where it was like, I'll pass up this shot, and look, I find like Lucas out in the corner, and then Lucas driving the baseline, taking an easier shot, really making a big play. He can hit the 3. We've seen him do it, and we know he will. And coming through, Matt Stanley, I believe, only has the 1-3 here tonight. And then you look at, Lombardo, what he's given them, and then put more, really, Taylor coming off the bench with 2 trays.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it feels like Taylor's coming off the bench. Remember, he is a starter. But he doesn't
play as many minutes,
Right, but I'll tell you what, like when you look at the shooting percentages, because Taylor is somebody who doesn't take a lot of the shots, but he is making now just shy of 40% of his threes on the year. Lucas Stanley shooting 40%. Peyton Lombardo, he's the one that people are really eyeing on, because you see the number of now 68 three-pointers on the year, but you key on him, you got somebody else around there. You try to close out too quickly on Lucas. He showed that new with the baseline drive. First, we've really seen him take advantage of that coming here, both at the end of the first quarter and the second quarter. So, I mean, you just have so many weapons on this team, and they're all exploiting it. 8 different players that are in the scoring column here today against Carlynton. And especially, when you know these teams have seen each other so many times, you wonder what different would have to be done. Well, apparently what the answer is for Coach Trombetta is a 10-minute talking to. We have 15 seconds remaining on the halftime clock, and still no green jerseys have made it out of the locker room. Union's been out shooting for the past 3 minutes.
I think that says everything. They just absolutely, maybe they scrapped their playbook and they're drawing up a new one.
How long do they get?
Maybe someone didn't knock on their door. Here they come.
They're good now. I wouldn't either. I don't know what the official rule was.
I've only.
I thought it was a minute, So. You guys are doing a great job.
Well, Carlynton didn't make it on the court. Personally, I've only seen that one other time, and that was at the beginning of a game once, where I've seen a team stay in the locker room up until the very last moment. And I looked at the officials and said, so what happens now? He goes, we'll give them about one more minute and see what happens. And, and sure enough, after he said that, they came out on the floor.
Well, because that's about what happened. Leeway of once the buzzer all sounds. It was funny, though, because both the head official and the number 2 go kind of looked at each other like, all right, well, and then they started running out. So all is clear. He also gave us a big thank you for broadcasting these games. Says thanks for all that you do, and I got to say the same. These officials, it is a very difficult job, what they do out here.
Job. Let's be quite honest.
That is the blatant, honest truth about it. And here's the blatant, honest truth is that right now Union has a 22-point lead to start the second half and make it a 24-point lead as Matt Stanley gets into double figures with a little drive and runner in the lane. Coming on the answer the other way, shot short, no good. Offensive rebound from Austin Milliner, though, off of the McClure miss, and he was fouled on the putback. And even after Matt makes a good play, he then gives the my bad call because he didn't box out.
Yep, he caught, Coach's son basically taking responsibility.
And he almost got a steal right back off of it, but his deflected pass goes right into Chase Jones's hands. Losing the dribble as McClure somehow got it back. His shot no good. Peyton Lombardo gets the rebound. Here comes Matt Stanley with speed the other way, behind the back dribble. Now we'll bring it back up and set up the offense. Early third quarter, 43-19. Union with the advantage. They trailed 2-0, have not trailed since. Fisher. Now left wing with Lucas Stanley, being guarded there by Jones. Around the perimeter, now right wing, running the motion offense. Matt able to elude some pressure, drives in, 15-foot elbow jumper is short, no good. Chase Jones rebounds for Carlynton. Quickly up the court, gets it to Pete Gargis, finds the trailer in McClure. Back to Gargis in the corner. His three-pointer, too strong, missed everything. But a backside offensive rebound, an easy putback for Milliner, his first point since the first quarter.
Yeah, that's going to be key here for Carlynton. They're going to have to be able to get second shots and possessions and convert them. They haven't done much of that in the first half.
Matt Stanley tries to dribble through a phone booth, got it pickpocketed, ball still on the floor as he was fighting for it, now stolen away by Milliner with a nifty hop, step, and a jump to jump over his own teammate. Couldn't get possession for the Carlynton Cougars. That's the 7th Union turnover. Here's a 15-foot jumper, no good, off of the arms of Austin Milliner. Jump shots just aren't falling here more than anything for Carlynton. Bounce pass into the lane, Fisher up and one. Stanley drives in, drew 3 Carlynton defenders, and Caden Fisher with an and one chance.
Yeah, they had to come out and guard him, and what they did, they left Fisher all alone, and then they're trying to make up on that situation where they overloaded, and Fisher gets fouled, but he completes the shot.
And he completes the three-point play as well. Devontae Dean's going to check back in. He had 6 points off the bench. By the way, that foul was against Gargis, that's his 3rd, so that's why he will take a trip to the bench. 46-21 with 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Union all over it today, and why not? How about a steal for Caden Fisher?
Why not? He's done just about everything he can defensively. Add that to this column.
Matt Stanley, Euro step around the defender, can't get the shot to go. Fighting for the rebound, saving it out of bounds is Shriver. Bobbling it in front of us and grabbing it is Austin Milliner. And now he's off to the transition. Nifty crossover move, gets into the lane. His shot, though, no good. And this rebound goes to Matt Stanley. He's coming with speed. He's got 2 Carlynton Cougars on his backside. He's able to find it to Lucas Stanley, open for 3. His shot, no good. Great box out from Shriver. 46-21 the score. Up and down the court we go. Jones can't get his little Euro step to go in. Shots not falling in, and Coach Matt Stanley screaming, imploring his team to slow down the pace. Ball knocked away off of Carlynton, out of bounds right in front of us, and Matt Stanley a little slow to get up as he's going all over the place. Austin Milliner giving his all out there.
There's a Pontus Insurance timeout, a full timeout, I believe, by Union.
We'll take a quick one here as well. The third quarter is brought to you by Michael Joseph of State Farm Insurance. Back in a moment, Union leading 46-21 early third quarter at lcsportsnet.com and Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
Call Penn Ohio Bottled Water for deliveries of your 3 and 5 gallon water cooler systems and get a case of bottled water delivered to your home or work. That is Penn Ohio Bottled Water.
Coming up after the game, Tim, we'll have our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game nomination. A great play usually involves great teamwork. That's what you get with Maley Chiropractic with Dr. Mitch Maley, Dr. Argero, and Dr. Bowser as well. And I'll tell you what, Union ball movement teamwork today, something to behold.
It has been really the key to the game here tonight.
Inbounds pass into the backcourt for Matt Stanley with a 25-point advantage. Gets around the defender, gets into the lane, lost it, got it back, and got the shot up in the air somehow, some way, as Devontae Dean fouled him. Shot was no good, but 2 more free throws coming for Stanley.
You can see one of the adjustments the Cougars are made coming out at halftime is they're really challenging the ball handler. Whoever has the ball, they're right on top of them and really seeing if they can get their hands and get some easy turnovers.
First free throw up and good. Stanley now with 12, and it is a Carlynton switch up. They were zoned most of the first half, and they have gone back to a man-to-man defense just to try anything to stop the high-powered Union offense. And that gets both free throws to go. More subs coming in. Matt Stanley's going to get a break. Don't see that very often.
No, time to just settle the troops down a little bit. Get a little breather here for Matt.
He leads all scorers with 14. Elijah Booker checked in for him. There was a little trip up between, I believe it was Devontae Dean with Braylon Thomas. No, Matt, no problem, as it's little brother Lucas who gets the steal. He drives, kicks it back up to Fisher. Fisher thought about an 18-footer, decides against it. Now Union will bring it back out and run the offense with 4:25 remaining and a 27-point lead. But pickpocketed there at midcourt is Chase Jones. He gets the steal as he pickpocketed Braylon Thomas. Steal and score for Chase Jones. He's got 4.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. They're right on top of the ball handler, getting their hands down low, making a steal and taking advantage of it, and turnover for 2 points.
You can hear Coach Stanley all the way over here. Be strong with the basketball. Fisher has his pocket pick, but then a reach and foul going for the loose ball was Austin Milliner. So he ended up basically diving through Fisher. That's why he got the foul call.
And obviously what they're trying to do is take that three-pointer away and the outside game that Union have been so successful in shooting at. So what you have to do is really make sure you're making crisp passes and handling the ball well and looking for the open man and the open extra pass here if you're a Union on the offensive opportunities.
And Matt's break lasted about 35 seconds as he's back on the court midway through quarter number 3, 48-23, Union with the advantage. 4 corners for Union, just working a weave near the volleyball line. Driving in, poked away from behind. Good hands from Shriver to knock it away from Braylon Thomas. Matt almost got a steal right back, but he reached in and got the arm of Devontae Dean. Second foul against Matt Stanley. Timeout coming with 48-23 your score. 3:40 remaining in the third quarter. It's brought to you by Michael Joseph and State Farm Insurance here in the Lawrence County Sportsnet, powered by LCAP.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Coming up after the game, we'll announce the LCAP Player of the Game. So many great ways LCAP is improving quality life in Lawrence County. Head Start and Pre-K counts programs, children under 5 can receive free quality preschool at various locations throughout the county.
That's Tim Continenza. I'm James Dotson. We thank our powering sponsor, the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership, for all they do for us and for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Back to the action. Carlynton with possession, trailing 48-23, but they're going to get a chance to cut into that lead as Lucas Stanley picks up a foul. Got trapped down on the short corner there was Jaden McClure. Then all of a sudden, there was nobody there.
Yeah. But most importantly is you got to challenge every shot, even though that was a foul there. You got to challenge it and make them earn it at the line.
First one is good, as is the second from McClure. The foul was on Lucas Stanley for his second. 5 players with 2 fouls each for Union. A couple with 3 for Carlynton. And this is going to be another foul on Austin Milner, so this should be his second. Teams 4 team fouls against Carlynton, 3 against Union here in the second half. 3:24 remaining. It's a 48-25 lead for Union. That's 3:24 remaining in the third quarter. Matt gets the ball here in the North Allegheny logo. Gives it over to Braylon Thomas. Over to Fisher. Now left wing for Matt Stanley. Finds an open cutter on the baseline. Cam Taylor closed out well on him quickly. Back out to Matt. Matt drives in. Pump fake. Shot up high off the window and in. Man, did he hang in the air.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Went right down the left lane and took it right to the hole.
Makes it 50-25. We're going to have a blocking foul at the other end as Thomas thought he drew a charge. Isn't going to get it. But go back to that shot there because it was actually pretty darn good defense put up by Milner and McClure, but somehow he just hung long enough to get the English off the window.
Yeah, Matt has great ball handling, body control, even when he's not on the ground, and that's how he was able to really finish that shot.
First free throw is up and in for Chase Jones. He's now 3 of 4 from the line, has 5 points on the evening. Matt Stanley now with 1,780 career points at the U. Both free throws are good. Jones with 6. Lead cut to 50-27. Stanley and Taylor playing catch in the backcourt. Now in the front court to the high post to Fisher. Pass to the corner for a Lucas Stanley 3. Nothing but net.
And that was the ball move that we've seen in the first half.
Can't wait to get the final numbers on Fisher because that's probably 4 assists for the big man as well.
Yeah, he's having an amazing game.
Spoiler alert. I think we know who might be getting the white shirt tonight.
Yeah, without question.
Chase Jones somehow.
Oh, look at Chase, though.
He gets around the defender, gets into the lane for the lay-in. Could have been a goaltending potentially because somebody for Carlynton jumped in and grabbed the net, but I think the ball was already through the cylinder on that. And this time Matt drives and dishes it. Lucas just waiting over there. That's his spot. He's now got 4 threes and 16 points.
Yeah, he loves hanging out in that wing and in the corner. And when they can find him, Matt with a steal.
Matt picks the pocket again, gets the steal, goes to the hoop, off the window, hangs up and in. 58-29, timeout Carlynton with 1:50 remaining in the third. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well on lcsportsnet.com. The Lawrence County Sportsnet powered by LCAP. The third quarter brought to you by Michael Joseph and State Farm. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Ponchos Insurance. Make sure to take time and save money on your insurance. Get the best rates and customer service by calling local agents at Ponchos Insurance.
That's Tim Continenza. I'm James Dotson. Thanks to everybody here at North Allegheny for their support. Thanks to our sponsors today, Michael Joseph with State Farm, the Mahoning Township Volunteer Fire Department, and the Union Area Boosters. for all they've done for us to make sure we can get this game on the air. They're also the proud sponsors of tomorrow's girls broadcast between the Union Scotties and Williamsburg, the Blue Pirates. That game at 1 o'clock tomorrow. We'll have the audio coverage from lcsportsnet.com. Out of the timeout, big three from Simon Shriver. Makes it 58-32 with 1:30 remaining in the third. Matt drives in. Bounce pass to Cam Taylor, gives it to Braylon Thomas. He drives in, poked away from behind, out of bounds, but it did go off a Carlynton leg and out of bounds.
Yeah, that's the key, though. They're making those extra passes. They were able to work it out to Thomas, and then he was able to drive into the lane on that possession.
Coming to the ball on the inbounds is Matt. Kicks it back up. Extra pass to Fisher. He's got an open lane into the hoop, up and in. 7 for Caden Fisher. That's the 8.
So I was just going to say.
That's why we got to be checking our math teachers here, folks. Shot off the mark for
There's
Milner in the lane.
rebound.
And another rebound for Fisher. Gives it to Matt, and he's fouled in the backcourt with 53 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's a 60-32 Union lead.
And we are only 2 points away from a running clock here in the fourth quarter.
We had a running clock in the first game. That came with about 3 minutes remaining in the contest as Imani Christian defeated Farrell 80-50. The Saints stayed for maybe a quarter and a half before they decided enough was enough. They took the bus trip home. Matt Stanley puts it into the mercy rule as he spins around literally 3 defenders and puts it in. 30 seconds remaining. It was about 36 seconds when that shot went in for the running clock to begin, and there's another Carlynton turnover. Taylor trapped in the front court, gets it back up to Matt with 20 seconds remaining. His pass almost to the backcourt, trying to save it was Fisher, ended up throwing it off his own leg. Almost got the steal going the other way, and up and in with it is Devontae Dean, now with 8 off the bench to lead Carlynton. 10 seconds remaining, Matt checks the clock, crosses the timeline with 6 remaining. Goes around one defender, goes right into another defender, and can't believe he got the block call, was Austin Milner, but he slid in just a split second too late at the end.
Yeah, he never had real great positioning on it. He never got solid on the ground. He was moving the entire way.
And Lucas Stanley saying, whoa, why is the clock still running? Clock's still running. And official Mark Weir goes over to him and said, we got a running clock. The third quarter is now over. So with the third quarter expired, the scoreboard reads Union 62, Carlynton 34. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County Sportsnet and the Triple Live High School Sports Network. Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
8 minutes on what will be a running clock to start the fourth quarter as Union leads 62-34. Matt Stanley 19, Lucas Stanley 16, Caden Fisher with 8. And there are 8 players who have baskets for the Scotties here in today's contest. Tim Continenza, this is the best game we've seen Union play for sure this year. Very impressive.
Yeah, it really is. It's a complete game. They haven't done anything out of the norm, and they've just done exactly what they wanted to do. And they really just, take this game from the opening, about third minute of this game.
And they've taken control the entire way.
Yeah.
Shot off the mark, getting his own rebounds. McClure, he's going to get fouled on the putback. Or actually, they're going to say on the floor. That's why the clock's still running. Fouls.
On Taylor, I believe.
Third against Taylor. Fifth team foul against Union. 6 right now against Carlynton. Fisher gets a steal, tries to pick it up. He had eyes for a dunk, and he's laughing about it because he had nobody in front of him. He was able to still track it back down and get Union possession.
Well, when you're doing everything right, you can't get all things correct. But, man, what a game Caden has had here tonight.
His final stat line is going to be fun to read. And it's not going to look impressive in terms of the points.
No.
But, I mean, keep in mind, he's a kid who's averaging less than 5 per game. He's got 8 on the night. We had him for 5 offensive rebounds in the first half. I mean, you'd love to be able to see maybe another bucket, maybe a shot at a double-double. And as soon as I say that, though, he will check out of the contest. Out on the court now will be Porter, Booker, Wynn, Lucas Stanley, and Matt Stanley at the line shooting a 1-and-1 after the foul against Jones. Clock stops with 6:48 remaining. A 62-34 advantage as Matt now 5 for 5 from the line and 20 points on the board. We're going to have to come up with our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game award as well at the end of this one. Elijah Booker nearly gets a steal in the half-court defense. Milner drives in. He's pickpocketed by Booker. Now they got Booker with a hit on the arm. Foul will go and send Milner to the line with 6:30 remaining. Elijah Booker is something we don't get a chance to talk a lot about. Listed at 5'10", I think that's counting the hair. But he plays at times like he's a 6'2", 6'3 guy. He's all over the court, plays great defense.
And what's really impressive is he goes after the ball defensively. I mean, even he gets up high. You know, he's not, like you said, a tall young man, but he can get up there to get that bound and get involved in the play.
Austin Milner makes the first free throw. Second one on the way is also good with 6:28 remaining. Union's lead cut down to 26. 64-36 your score here. Did not expect to be seeing 2 Mercy Rule games here at North Allegheny tonight, but that's what we got here in the 1A quarterfinals.
Yeah, it really has been a shocking development.
Jaden Wynn off the bench says, I want a piece of this. That's his 12th three-pointer of the season. Makes 9 different Union players in the scorebook tonight. Step back 3 trying to answer and does is Chase Jones. Nice shot.
Yeah, puts him in double figures with 10.
Booker near midcourt. Splits a double team. Pass from Porter, now out to Matt Stanley into the corner. Lucas thought about going for his 5th three-pointer. Decides against it. Matt double teamed again. Over to Booker into the corner for Jaden Wynn. Pass down low to Brennan Porter. He puts it off the window. Partially blocked on the way up, though. Good defense from Milner to contest the shot. In transition the other way, pass deflected and out of bounds. Last touch by the Scotties with 5:30 remaining. Union leading 67-39. And Lucas Stanley out, Mark Stanley in.
It's a great opportunity to get some players that don't see a lot of minutes, have earned it during the season, to get in a state playoff game like this.
Air ball on the three-pointer out of the inbounds, but then a putback from Austin Milner is good, but he came down awkwardly. I don't know if he landed on the foot.
It was just, I think he came down wrong, and I'm not sure exactly what happened. You can see he's in pain. And that, unfortunately, Milner just got into double figures on that bucket, and he'll have to be helped to the bench here. And they'll take a look at him. Hopefully he'll be okay. But you can see he's in.
That's the worst. There's nobody around him, Tim.
Just came down wrong, huh?
There was absolutely nobody around him when he lands after this missed three-pointer from Jones. He just goes, puts it back up.
The knee just gave out.
Oh, that's
terrible. That's a tough situation. Just came down and the knee gave out.
Milner, the 5'11 senior, unfortunately goes to the bench. Back to the action with 5 minutes remaining. 67-41. Union with the advantage. Breaking around the pressure in the front court right now is Matt Stanley, just dribbling in a phone booth, trying to get some room from Pete Gargis. Now gives it over to Booker, back to Porter, back to Stanley, dribbling on the North Allegheny logo. He's double teamed there. Gets around 1, around 2 into the lane. He's going to get tied up. Matt Haskins.
He got a little mug there.
He got mugged, but the player reaching in got a lot of the ball as well. They're all asking for the foul, but they're not going to get it. Carlynton fans asking for a travel because Matt did end up skipping around. Inbounds pass to Jaden Wynn. He steps inside the arc, 15-footer, and he's definitely fouled. He gets hit on the arm. He'll get a pair of free throws coming up with 4:05 remaining as they stop the clock. This will be Jaden Wynn's only 5th and 6th free throw attempt of the year. How about that, Tim?
Huh? Great opportunity for the young man.
First free throw hits the front of the rim and goes in. One of the 9 seniors on this Union roster, Jaden Wynn. We've seen 8 of them. Connor Eckert, hope we get a chance to see him out there on the court in these last 4 minutes as well. Both free throws good for Wynn.
That's what you love seeing when you get in a game like this situation, an opportunity for teams to really show off what it means to be a senior on a team. I mean, it is to see the minutes that others do.
Three-pointer good on the other end from Simon Shriver, and then Shriver gets a steal coming the other way, and then it's going to be stolen right back by Porter up to Matt Stanley, high off the window, no good. Jaden Wynn put back no good, and then knocked out of bounds by Chase Jones in frustration. 3:36 remaining. We will have a stoppage on the court. Back in a moment. Your fourth quarter brought to you by the Union Area Boosters. Union leading 69-44 on the Lawrence County Sportsnet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County Sportsnet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan and Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association. And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
Also a shout out to the Union Volunteer Fire Department. They ask us to remind you to check out their Facebook page. Lots of great giveaways going on. Raffles, lottery ticket raffles, all sorts of great stuff. Thanks for their continued support as well of Union Athletics here at lcsportsnet.com. Thanks to today's broadcast presented by Michael Joseph of State Farm, the Mahoning Township Volunteer Fire Department. I can't stop thinking about that fish fry from lunch today, Tim. And, of course, the Union Area Boosters.
Yeah, I mean, just the idea of a fish fry right this time of the year just makes you kind of salivate for some great food.
Lucky I didn't fall asleep in the afternoon meetings today, I'll tell you that much. Connor Eckert checks into the game. Good steal at midcourt from Jaden McClure. Matt Stanley came back, tried to get the block, but got the body as well. He'll pick up the foul with 3:14 remaining as they stop the clock. Third against Matt Stanley, and McClure will go to the line for free throws number 6 and 7 on the night. 69-44, Union with the advantage.
McClure made a nice just play on that move. But, you got to play out the play, and that's what Matt did. He made him try to earn it here at the line. He hits the first, but that's exactly how you play the game. You got to get in front of someone and challenge them, and Matt did that on that play.
I got a Crane Room score update coming your way here in a moment, Timothy. A Crane Room out-of-town score of the historic variety as we have a foul at midcourt. I want to make sure Dom Summers of Union High School hears this one as well. Final score, Fairleigh Dickinson defeats Purdue. We have a second number 1 all-time that has lost in the NCAA tournament.
Wow, in the first round.
So here's the thing. I fill out 2 brackets every year. I fill out a stats bracket in class, and I fill out a personal bracket of what I expect. My stats bracket winner, Arizona. Yeah. My personal pick, Purdue.
Yeah, you, me, both.
Where's the Shazi paper toss? Right there.
Exactly. I was just going to say, if you follow me on Facebook, you already seen last night me post my brackets, and I had Purdue winning it all. So, yeah. All I can do is say, maybe I got a square.
Back to the action. Matt Stanley made both free throws, and after an air ball, Union back in possession with 2:30 remaining, leading 71-46. He's going to try to dribble around 2-3 defenders, gets it over to Jaden Wynn, right back to Matt Stanley, just playing keep away best you can. Matt, the only starter still on the court for the Scotties. Double team near midcourt, and there's going to be the reach and foul given up by Gargis. He's going to put him to the line with 2:10 remaining. 71-46 your score. I don't know, what was more unlikely tonight? That both teams here at North Allegheny were going to be mercy rules, or that a 1 seed lost in the NCAA tournament?
I think if you said both teams be mercied, no one expected it, but it's going to set up an interesting rematch between the Whipple championship game and the single A, and everybody knows all the noise that happened after the game. So it will be an interesting matchup come Monday night.
That Fairleigh Dickinson score, by the way, was 63-58.
Wow.
Score here, 71-46, as Matt will get 2 more free throws. He's 7 of 7 from the line so far today. First one.
Of course. Bounces off the front of the rim.
Sorry, Matt.
Hey, we're good at that. That's one thing we can say.
Yes.
Throughout our years together, we could jinx a shooter.
He makes the second, so he's 8 of 9, 24 points, and he will check out. We'll see Grayson Blakely check in. Rocco Galmarini, glad to see him in there. He last 2 games was kind of caught at the scorer's table, unable to get into the contest. So right now out there, Galmarini, Blakely, Peyton Lombardo, as well as Connor Eckert and Jaden Wynn. Carlynton with possession, trailing 72-46, 2 minutes remaining. Spin shot up and in for McClure with 9.
Yeah, nice play there by McClure. Just worked himself in. Step back. You got it now. You got to steal it. Try to take it to the hole.
And he will get an and one as he stole it away from Galmarini in the backcourt. And that's a big one there because that gets him to the 1,000 career point mark. Congratulations. Glad Mr. McClure able to get there here tonight before his season and before his high school career comes to an end.
Yes. Congratulations. No question about it. That's an achievement no matter who you are.
And they're going to allow time. They even went over to Coach Stan and said he may give him a moment.
Yeah,
I love this right here. I mean, this is something Coach Stanley's gotten to see with his son, especially here. Congratulations. That's a great scene right here. McClure, very emotional. Averages about 16, 17 per game on the season. Definitely not the night that he would want tonight. 4th loss to Union on the year. He's now at the line going for point number 10 on the night, and he does complete the 3-point play, but glad to be able to see him get to that career milestone before his career comes to an end tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt. Congratulations.
Blakely able to get the ball over to Galmarini into the corner for Wynn. Wynn tripped up. His pass stolen away by McClure. Almost stolen back by Galmarini. McClure now going to the hoop. He'll get the left-handed layup up and in. Lead now down to 19. This game, final score is going to look a lot closer than it actually was here, Tim.
Well, you know, you're going to get that when you get a big lead, and then when you're substituting some players to give them opportunity to play in a PIAA championship. Well, Carlynton, they're just letting their players play out the season.
And as you'd want to see.
Yeah,
you want to see their seniors go strong to the end. I do believe that they have the score still mixed up. I have it as a 72-57 score right now, but we'll get that confirmed. As Peyton Lombardo left open in the corner, and he'll try to drain one more for his stat line. That gives him 69 three-pointers on the year.
Yeah, one in the first quarter, one in the fourth quarter.
Bookend threes for Peyton Lombardo. We'll check the final. It says 75-55 on the scoreboard, so that's what we'll go with as Peter Klein in there for the first time for Carlynton. They're going to pull it back out. And it looks like time is going to expire. Carlynton still with possession, 10 seconds remaining. For the 4th time this year, Union able to defeat the Carlynton Cougars. And it will be a rematch with Imani Christian coming on Monday. Final score, Union 75, Union 55. Back with the Tri-County Principals postgame show here on the Lawrence County Sports Net, powered by LCAP and the Triple I High School Sports Network.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Castle Asphalt